Hello to everyone. My name is Tahali Nichols. I'm a systems navigator for Delaware Center for Justice. So my job is to help people get expungements and their records clear throughout the state of Delaware. So whether it be discretionary or mandatory expungement, I'm the guy that you would call and say, hey, I caught a charge, it got dismissed, it was a long time ago, can you help me out? And a lot of people don't know that a lot of things that they may have done in their past is eligible for expungement. So my job is to go through each county, whether Sussex County, Kent County, or Newcastle County, and help people with any assistance they need when it comes to getting their records cleared. DCJ is also part of the Clean Slate Initiative. So that is a coalition of different organizations that is dedicated to helping people get their records clean. So I work hand in hand with ACLU, with Apex, with ODS, and these different organizations. From my experience, since I've been hired, which was the last 90 days, is that I've realized that a lot of people are just unaware of the things that's showing up when they're on their records, when they go look for certain jobs or they go look for certain housing. And I just want to make people aware that your past doesn't have to define who you are or what you are today. And there's no other person I feel like that can hold that torch and represent that as well as myself. Coming from an incarcerated point of view where I spent many years inside of the penitentiary, and just having the opportunity to come home to reestablish myself as a man, as a father, just to help people move forward. So I think the question I have encountered the most since becoming a systems navigator is, how do I get my record expunged? What are the steps? So it's a real easy process. One, we have to look at some different things. The first being is what kind of charges you have, because certain charges qualify for expungement and then certain charges qualify for a pardon. Doesn't matter what type of charge you have, I can help you with it. You just got to first identify what type of charge you have. If it's multiple charges that you have accumulated over the years, then we have to go get pardoned, because the moment that you catch a case and then catch another case, then you're no longer eligible for expungement. And that is very important information. If you catch a series of charges within the same incident, then let's say you got caught driving down the street speeding and it was marijuana in the car, like those would be considered all in the same case. So that case would be eligible for expungement. If the case is dismissed, then you're automatically eligible for expungement the next day. So if you catch a case in January, it's dismissed in December 2nd, December 3rd, you're eligible to get your record expunged. That's how quick that could work if you were charged with a case, then it's dismissed. Something that people are unaware of, just because you beat a case doesn't mean that it doesn't show up on your record. So you can beat a case outright, and you'll say, well, why am I being held accountable? Well, here's the thing. Employers can still see that. Officers can still see that. So it's people that can still actually see your record. The charge is on there if it isn't expunged off of there. So we have to make sure that we expunge it, especially if you beat the case or if the charges was dismissed or nolly processed. So the other step of the process is multiple charges or high-class felonies. Now we already know that we're not living in a place where people don't carry weapons, or catch violent charges. And that doesn't mean that you're held accountable for that the rest of your life. You can get that stuff pardoned off of your record, but that starts with at least 7 years of good work. That means 7 years of changing your life, being committed to being a better human, being committed to being a better active person in the community. Because whenever you catch a violent charge, it's looked at totally different than if you catch a drug charge, or if you do something simple as get into a physical altercation with somebody. When a weapon is drawn, a weapon is used, somebody's life could have been injured or possibly even taken away, you're going to have to show a lot more credibility of saying, that's something I did at this age or at that time in my life. That was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But you can't even begin the conversation without at least 7 years of good consecutive work no charges, no interactions with the police before the governor will even take a look at it and say, hey man, this guy deserves a shot, or this lady deserves another shot of having her record cleared. That's how we go about the pardon process, which is a lot different from going through the expungement process. So what is the difference between a pardon and an expungement? Well, pardons are for more serious charges or multiple charges. So a pardon would be used for a higher class felony, a violent felony, multiple charges. An expungement are usually used for lower class misdemeanors, one-time offenders, first-time offenders, and also charges that are dismissed. So those are the biggest difference between an expungement and a pardon. So if you need to reach out to me, there's a couple ways that you can reach out to me. The first being my phone number or my email, which is listed at the bottom of the screen here. Also, every Monday I will be in the Kingswood Community Center working with the empowerment team, so I'll be in the Riverside area. I'll be there every Monday from 1 to 3 p.m. If you're in the Kent County area, I will be at Janae's Barbershop every Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. Again, my name is Tahali Nichols, System Navigator for DCJ. If you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll get back with you as soon as possible.